Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a brand new scooter that we've been testing on our channel. And this is the second generation of a scooter that we've already looked at. This is the MICROGO M5 scooter. Now this scooter is going to give you long range, has great battery life, has worry-free tires, and is a great scooter to consider if you're looking for something that's going to be a commuting scooter to and from school, depending on the distance you have to travel, or it could be a last mile scooter for those of you that may take public transportation, train, bus, and then need to just go an extra distance and would like to get there fast. So let's take a look at all the features. We'll go over our ride experience, and then we'll get closer to the scooter, and you'll see how it was to ride it. Now, the first couple things that we wanted to highlight about the scooter when it comes to specs is the fact that this scooter has a really good app. It is app controlled, and it has like GPS navigation. It's going to give you everything that you need to know about the scooter, in addition to the fact that it does have a large LCD display, which we'll talk about as well a little bit sooner. But you do have a great, I would say, app that goes along with the scooter. In addition to that, you do have a USB charger, which is also very unique, and we're starting to see more and more scooters with this. So that means that while you have your phone connected to this, you can actually charge it at the same time. So when you reach your destination, you don't have to worry about having a dead phone or a phone that's used up the battery. Now you do have 3 speeds that you can choose from, depending on the speed level that you're going, either 9 miles, 13, or 19. And I've been able to get it to the 19 and even go beyond that. And from my weight perspective, I'm like a 173 in weight, and I've been able to push it that fast. So has great speed, good pickup. You don't have to worry about that. Now, you're going to be able to get around 20-mile range on this, and there's a lot of different things that are going to be driving that, I would say, distance. Your weight is going to be one of them, the speed that you're riding, wind, temperature, right? But again, the rating is pretty close, depending again on your body situation and where you're riding it. Now, I did mention that this will support up to a 220-pound individual. So it could go from a young adult all the way up to someone that's an adult and on the little heavier side, but nothing above that, right? And again, as I mentioned, depending on your weight, it's going to impact the overall speed as well as distance. Now, we mentioned that it does have an LCD, which is incredibly bright. This is a really, really bright LCD screen that you're going to be able to see everything that's going on the scooter. 350-watt motors. It does have dual brakes, right? So it has a bike-like brake, and then it has a kind of throttle type brake, and this thing will stop, right? So it's going to take a little bit for you to get used to it, because when you hit stop, it really stops. You do also have a 6-inch wide board, so where you rest your feet is wide, which means you're not only going to have to or worry about having to have your feet like this, one in front of the other, but you could also have them on the side next to each other. And then that's something that I tend to do often as well. Now, one of the things I really like about scooters like this is that it has worry-free tires, 8.5-inch solid tires. You don't have to worry about getting a flat. You don't have to worry about going over anything that could cause any damage to the wheels or the tires, because they're flat-free. Fantastic, fantastic option. Now, the scooter also, remember we talked about being able to commute with this. This scooter weighs 36 pounds, so it's really easy to fold and lift and take on a train, on a bus, without any issues at all. So I really like the fact that you have the worry-free tires and then this. Now, if you do happen to get caught in the rain, you have an IPX4 rating as well. So those are all the specs. Now let's talk about the overall ride experience. Now, from a ride experience, again, this thing will take off. It has great handles that have some grippiness to it. The throttle is responsive, the display is visible, and it is very quiet. The one thing I will say that I noticed on my ride is it's a little stiffer than other scooters that I have ridden that have the solid tires. So this is going to be the type of scooter that as you're riding it, it has a lot of power, has a lot of kick to it. It's going to be an enjoyable experience, but depending on the surface that you're running on, you're going to feel it, right? You're going to feel it, especially if you have gravelly terrain or any kind of terrain that has potholes or that it has some imperfections. There's a solid nature coming to it. Now, also the actual board itself, where you rest your feet, is rubberized, and you're going to have great grip. There's no concerns when I was riding it that anything was going on there. Responsive, super responsive. You can turn left, you can turn right. You do have your front headlight. You also have your back tail marker, so someone's going to see you during the day or at night. When you press your brake, that's visible as well. And like I mentioned, the braking system is really good. The braking system, as soon as you hit that brake, it's really going to stop. What I really like about this is how compact it is. You know, we've been reviewing some larger scooters, but this is on the smaller side when it comes to footprint, and that is shown even on the weight. So this is something that's easy to fold, easy to carry, and then it's also easy to charge. The IPX4 rating, like we mentioned, is something that I really enjoy because you don't want to worry about going over a puddle, or if you get caught in a light rain, this is not going to be something that you're truly worried about. So all in all, I had a great riding experience, great speed. The only thing I would say is the thing to be aware of is the firmness of the ride. It's a little bit firmer than most. All right, so we'll go ahead and take a closer look at the Micro 5 Go, and let's start with the actual steering column here for a second. You see this is the actual braking system. You also have a secondary braking system. Well, let's call this primary, because this one right here is going to actuate the back brake, which is also going to turn on the rear marker. And then this one is going to, I would say, brake the front wheel on the scooter, which is really nice. Now you have your throttle here, and it's very responsive, right? So this is going to kick off really nicely. And then what you have right here are your display. And this is what I was saying, that this is a large display. Look how easy this is to read. In indirect sunlight, this is also super duper easy to read. You do have your speed here. You do have your I would say your speed level. So as you push this, you'll notice how it changes colors. Each one of these is going to give you the different speed settings. And they're also going to control the light that you have here in front. All the wiring on this is tucked away really nicely, so you don't have to worry about anything. Now, for those of you who are concerned about the grip itself, you'll notice that it has a nice texture here. It's not painful to the hands at all whatsoever, and it's easy to hold on. Didn't have any problems holding onto the scooter as I was taking off, and I didn't experience any fatigue. Sometimes, depending on the type of material that you have in the scooter, you could be holding on so tight and basically you suffer pump fatigue. And this is especially if you're running long distance. Didn't experience that at all. And again, I just got to call this out. Super duper large display with huge fuel gauge. Now the MICROGO bed is a really nice bed, and you can see this right here. Rubberized, has great texture. It's not sandpaper, right? It's a rubberized surface. And what I like about that is that it's going to be more durable. So if you did have the sandpaper type, the skateboard type, I would say running board, then with time that would wear. Also, those are really, really hard to clean. So this is something that with a light rag, if you do have your feet dirty, mud, whatever it is, all you had to do is wipe it down. You also have on this side your controls to be able to fold it. It folds easily. And then on the back here, you'll notice that as I press the brake, you'll see how that marker lights up. So again, that's letting the person know behind you that you're hitting that brake. You do have a very easy to access kickstand there. And then once again, you have some worry-free maintenance tires. Now, one other thing that you'll notice about the scooter is that the scooter is super stylish, and I would say pretty cool. So as you look at the sides here, you do have blue LED markers on the side. At night, people are going to see you without a problem when it comes to this scooter. Really like the way it's lit up. Gives the scooter a really cool feature. You can see the plug is right there for your power, and again, it has a little rubberized piece that when you lock it down, you won't have to worry about it getting any water there. Now clearly the folding mechanism that you see right here is present. It's very hard to avoid, right? So it's large enough that you're going to be able to see it and use it. And then as you can see here are your maintenance-free tires. So guys, that wraps up our review of the MICROGO M5. A great option if you're looking for some type of electric scooter to be able to get from one point to another. And you guys all know, we grocery shop on ours. Noel and I, we use these things every day. See you in the next video.